Simple. So I think we are done with our markup, everything. So now we need to go to the functionality, and we are going to start with the create account functionality. All right, create account functionality, and of course we are going to use the Firebase database. So go to Google. If you don't have an account with Firebase, please create an account. Just come to this, the first link, Firebase Google. Okay, this one. And if you are logged in on your computer, it's going to create the account for you automatically, or you can just click get started. Okay, so for me, I'll just click here, go to console, like so. Yeah, and here you will have this this button here, add project. So I'm just going to click there. So I'm going to click this button here. Okay, and we are going to name our project. Enter your project name. Let's just say auth. Okay, or let me just say that auth project, continue. And we don't need this Google Analytics, so I can say no, and we can say create, and it's now creating your the database. Okay, your project. So this is a very simple application. Yeah, like so. You are going to come to this page here, and you need to click here. If you are using, we are using the web, we have the Android and our iOS. Okay, so I'm just going to create the web app, and I'm going to name it just auth. Okay, auth project. Okay, I don't need to set it to host it, so I just say register. Yeah, like so. Now after that, you're going to have this this code here for your configuration to connect your React app with the database. All right, so to do so, I'm going to copy this code. Please don't use this because you're supposed to use your keys. You can see here there is an API key. You are not supposed to use mine, so please go and use yours, because it won't work for you if you use mine. Okay, I'm going to delete this account immediately after I finished with this tutorial. So I've copied that, and we also need to install this npm install Firebase. All right, so I'm going to write this one and also install Firebase. So come back to your application. Okay, and I'm just going to say npm install Firebase, like so. Okay, and as that is installing, we can come to here to our root. Okay, and I want to have a folder. Okay, and I'm going to name it config. Let's name it config, like so. And inside the config, I'm going to have now my file, which is Firebase. I can just name it Firebase, like so, .jsx, like so. So it's very simple, and I want to paste my authentication there. Okay, All right, all these you are going to find there. I can remove this, can remove that, can remove that. I don't need that. Okay. I don't need this, but let me just, I want that to be there. Okay, so you need to do that. Okay, the next thing you need to do, just come back to your Firebase and click continue to console. Okay, I just want to show you how it's very simple to do this. Okay, and click here, get started, like so, and we are going to select our sign-in method as password and email, enable that there and save. So here you can check, you can use any method you want. If you want Google, I don't know if you saw that, let me see, yeah, you can see you can have this email, password, Google. You can sign in with Facebook, GitHub, all these methods. So for me, I just want to sign in up with an email and a password. All right, so I can click there, enable, like so. So that is enabled. All right, so the next thing I want to do, I want to let me see the codes. Okay, so after you've done all that, okay, it's still installing, so I can come here and just Google Firebase. Authentication, authentication documentation. Yeah, I've just googled it there, documentation, authentication with Firebase, like so, and let's open that. It's on their documentation how you are supposed to do it. All right, so to create new user with password, complete the following steps. All right, so it's very simple. You don't need any to go through any tutorials to check their codes or what. No, you just need to go to the Firebase and under their documentation. Okay, and you need to import this. Okay, and you can see this function here, this one, create user with email and password. That's the function that we want. Okay, in your where you are going to create your user names. Okay, and also we need this auth. All right, so let's know how to get this auth here. So it's very simple. I'm going to say here, let me see if it has been installed. Yeah, Firebase has been installed. So I want to get that function, this one, get auth. Okay, and it's very simple. I can just say I'll just say it like that. Then under here I'll come and say constant auth with small letter is equals to get get auth, and we need to put our application inside this one. All right, you need to put this one inside here. Okay, and this one we are going to be using now, this one in all our application. So I need to export that like so. Okay, don't forget to export this one, okay, so that you'll be able to use the auth. All right, so I can come to my function now. Where is it? So I can close this one. Okay, I can close Firebase, and I can come to sign up, this one. Okay, and for my sign up, what I want to do, when the sign in button is clicked, we need to, like for right now, when I click it, you can see it's refreshing, so we need to set a default. So I'll say on submit, and I'm going to say handle submit, like so. And the first thing I want to do, I'll come here and I'll create that function. Function handle submit, like so, and it's going to take event listener, some event, and I just want to prevent default. I don't want it to reload when I click on that button. Okay, yeah. So the next thing we need it's to capture this, the input here and the password. So I think I can use useRef there. So I'll just say ref I'll just say email there, and here ref I'm going to say password, just password. Okay, and so to use useRef, we need to write that function for the email, and we are going to say is equals to useRef like that. This is just a hook, and we are going to say is equals to null for our initial, and I can just copy that, and I'll change this one to password, and let me just change this one to, yeah, let me see. Let me just say input email and input password. Because I just want that one to be like so, and so I can just change this one to like so, because this one is not the real value. I'm going to get the real value, so I can just, let me just come here and say can say, let's now say email, let email is equals to input email dot current dot value, and also let password equals input password dot current dot value. So I think this one should give us those details. Let me just console dot log, and I want to log out the email, and also I can log out the password to make sure that everything is captured. Okay, like so. So I can say like test at Gmail, password, let's put just password, and click. You can see we are able to get those details. All right, so that's what I wanted to see. So it's very simple now. What you need to do, it's to check. You need to check if the email and password is there. So you can check if email and password is there. So if they are both there, now you are going to put your function here to add your user to the database. And please note that I'm not checking if the email is correct or it's just some random text. So it's up to you to check before you add the function that I'm going to use now. This one is create password, that one. All right, and I'm going to copy that function there. Yeah, so let's import that function here like so. And I don't want to import this auth because if you remember on our Firebase, I've exported the auth here as get auth. So that one, it will simplify things for me, because now I just need to come here and import that. So I'll just say auth. This one, I think it will take it here. So it's auth and config Firebase. All right, and that one is the one that you have exported here. So if you don't export it, you can't import it. It will give you some errors. So you have to export it first, then you import it there. All right, so it's very simple. Now I've imported this function, so the only thing I need to come is take this function. Okay, and this function, you can see it will accept the auth. All right, so I can just put that function there like so, and it will accept the auth and email, which is this email, this one, password, which is this password that we have created. Okay, and this one returns a promise, so we need to use the .then. Okay, so very simple. I can just copy the whole of this. Okay, and I'll just come here and paste that there. All right, so when our credentials, okay, and I think we don't need this one, I forgot to remove when I was just copy pasting. All right, so make sure that you check this email, it's the correct one, before you add it to this function. Okay, Yeah, you have to check that. So I don't think if this one checks, but I'm just going to see. Yeah, so signed in. So dot then the first thing it will bring, it will, if the credentials are correct, it will say user, it will say signed in. So I can say, let me just say console.log, and let me just say account created successfully, like so. I think should be the, yeah, like so. And if there is error, I also want to console that error, console.log error message, like so. All right, so it's very simple. So if I have any error in my when I'm creating the account, it will show me. All right, let me see what's going on. Let me see what we have not done correctly. Or does not provide an called get auth on Firebase. Okay, so let me see what's happening. Where is that? Okay, let me see why is it bringing that error? It does not provide an export name. Get auth. Okay, so I think what we need to do, if I'm not wrong, yeah, we need to import this auth. Okay, I need to import that get auth, and it's not from Firebase app. All right, it's not from Firebase app. It should be from Firebase auth. All right. So I'm going to say get auth, and if you're using the Xcode, when you click this one, it's going to import it for you. Okay, yeah, so you need to import the get auth in Firebase auth, not in the app. All right, just note that. Okay, and I think now you should, yeah, now it's working correctly. Okay, so now it's working, there is no error. Okay, these other error are not related to what I'm doing here. So I can now create, I can say, let's create even that test one at gmail.com, and our password is going to be just password. Okay, and sign in. So you can see now you are seeing account created successfully. All right, so that account has been created, and when you go back to your here, when I refresh my users, let me refresh, it should be here, that test user. All right, yeah, you can see test user 1. It has been created. All right, so that's very simple. And let me see if this one will check for you if it's correct email. Yeah, so you can't, so it's checking for you if there is an email or not. You can see it can't create that, and even if you put out, it's also not going to create. So all this functionality is coming from that function that we have, from this function we have imported from the Firebase auth. All right, it's checking if this is the correct email, and so on and so forth. There are so many functionality that you can do, but that's it. So now we are able to sign in. So what do I want when the person is signed in? First of all, I want that person to be redirected to the login page so that he can provide those credentials, the email and the password, and he or she can log in. So for that, we are going to use something called, it's called navigation. So what I can do, just come here and say constant navigate equals to navigator. I think this one, if I'm not wrong, but I'll have to check that, and we need to import that. Yeah, I think it's from React router DOM. Okay, navigator it's even just navigate, not navigator, but navigate, like so. Okay, and we need now to set that navigate here. Okay, let me set here, and for our login, to redirect to our login, we just need to put just a slash there, and it will direct us to the login. All right, and I think I have some errors. Yeah, let's see. Let me just go to so we have done this. We have imported the navigate, and we need to use it like this. Okay, we need to use that too. Okay, let me see. So I think the error is coming from, we are using that navigation wrong. I think it should be like this. Let me do this. It should be a hook, so we should use navigate, yeah, like that. And it does not imported. Why? Yeah, it has. Okay, so it has imported here, use navigate, like so. I think now that one should work. Yeah, that was the problem. Let's create another user and see if it will redirect us to the login. Test test2@gmail.com. Let's do the password and let's say sign up. Yeah. Yes, so you can see it has redirected us to, let me close that, okay. You can see now it has redirected us to this, okay. Now, let me show you, we need to tackle something there. Before we need now to tackle this message here, okay. What if I write the same user, like this one? I can just copy this one and come here, and by the way, if I refresh, you will see there are two users now, user test1 and test2. In our database, you can see test2, test1. So I'm using test1@gmail.com, and I'm trying to add that there, and I want to capture the error. So let me open the console and see the error. So when I press OK, you can see it says email already in use. Okay, email already in use. So I can display this message whenever that happens. So it's coming from here. So what I can do, I can set a state to capture this error. Okay, so I can say, like, let me say I want to use a useState, so I'll say set sign up error. Sign up like so. So I can come here and use that, set that constant. Sign up error, like so, and say set sign up error, and I want to set this one to use state, like so. And you have to remember to import that. Okay, don't forget to import that this useState. All right, I've imported it here, as you can see. All right, so because now we have set this one, and at first we can say it's just null, there's nothing, right? So I can check if there's something here. Now I can display my error here. All right, so I can come here and add that. So sign up error, and this one. Okay, let's see if that's work for us, like so. So I'm checking if there is sign up error. If there is, then I want to display this message. All right, if there is not any error, it will just display nothing. So let's see if that works for us. Yeah, So for now you can see there is nothing, there is no error, and so we are setting it here when we are getting the error. Okay, so when I put in again test1 at Gmail, this user already exists. All right, so when I try to add that user and say sign up, you can see now it's that has been displayed. All right, and the user has not been added. Okay, so you can't add multiple users. Even if I refresh, you can see we only have the 2 users that we set, the user 1 and user 2, no matter how much we do that. However, if I come here and say user test 3 and I write the password like so and say sign up, okay, you can see now it has gone to the login page, because that user now has been created. That's why now it has been directed us to login page. So when I refresh here, you will see that we have now three users: user 1, user 2, and user 3. So far, our sign up page is working properly. Now let's go now to login. How do I log in? All right, how do I log in? So we are going to use the same thing that we have done here. So let's go to login, okay, like so, and we need to come to form, and we need to put a listener here. On submit, I want to handle submit, or I can just say handle login, like so. And I can come, I also need to capture this, the email and the password, because for you to log in you need the email and the password, and we are going to use useRef hook. So I can just say that, and I'll say input email, and I'll come here, I'll say ref input password, and we need to set all those functions. So the first one, let's create the useRef hook. So I can say constant input email, like so, is equals to useRef, like so, and remember to import it. And at first we are going to have it as null, and I can copy this one here down like so, and I'll just change this one to password, like so. All right, so that means that we are capturing our the email and the password. All right, now we need now to add that function, this function, the handle login function. So I'll just say constant handle login is equals to, it's going to take an event so that we can prevent the default refreshing. Okay, so e dot prevent default, like so. So this one, it will help us not it will make the page not to refresh. And after that, I now need to set this one. Let me just say let email is equals to input email dot current dot value, like so, and also let password equals to input current value. So in case you don't know how to use the useRef, please just Google that or check the documentation on the React library. All right. So here I need to check. It's just similar to the one that we have already done. So you need to check if the email is there. All right. And also the password is there. So if those two are there, now we are going to log in the user. And how are we going to do that? Similar. We are going to go back to our Firebase documentation, and let's scroll down and see sign in a user with an email address and password. All right. I told you don't need to go and watch so many YouTube videos which don't even explain to you where they are getting those functions. All right. For me, I'm just showing you this one, and the way we did with the other one, for this input, this one, all right, we are going just to copy that and paste here, input. And if you remember, we don't need this get auth, simply because we are going to import it from our from our Firebase JX, the one that we created earlier on. So just remember that. All right. Now come back here, and you need to use this function get the auth and the email. So you can see we are not. I'm skipping this function. Okay. That function I'm skipping because I already did it on my Firebase component. All right. So we need to use that function there, and this one will return promise. That's why we need to use .10 so that we can get the user credential. So I'm just going to copy that, okay, and I'm going to paste here like so. All right. Yeah. And if you remember well that we need to also import the router navigation, because we need to use it somewhere. So let's say constant navigate is equals to use navigator, like such. All right. You can see it has been imported for us there in the React router DOM. All right. So when the user is logged in, where do you want that user to go? All right. Where do you want that user to go? And for that, we want that user to go to the dashboard. All right. And of course we don't have this. All right. And so we can go ahead and create this dashboard component. So let me just go to my component here and write dashboard.jsx, like so, or even it can be home. All right, home page, dashboard, anyway, anything you want to call it, you can call it anything you want. And let me use my boilerplate there. Okay, and I can just say welcome to your dashboard, like so. All right, so we need to import that on our app.jx. Import a dashboard, like so, and we also need to create the root for it. and we said it's dashboard. Okay, and our element is going to be equals to our component, which is dashboard, like so. And of course I need to close that. All right, so we can come back to login, and when the user has been logged in, all right, the user will go to dashboard. All right, so let me see if that's working for us. So I can take in the user which already exists, test1@gmail.com, and password is password. Let me see. Yeah, you can see it has come to the dashboard. Okay, welcome to your dashboard. Okay, so that's very fine, that's okay. And we need now to tackle the message. Okay, and before that, on the dashboard, we need to add the, okay, we are going to tackle dashboard afterwards, but now let's go to here. Let's create this message. We are going to use the same thing that we did with the other one. We first of all need to create the state. Okay, I'm going to call it login, login error, and set login error, like so. And we are going to use useState, like so. Okay, and our initial will be null, like so. All right, so we need to set that error here. So I can come here and say set error, login error to error message, like so. Okay, so it sets, so if there is the error, now that's when this one will appear. All right, so I can cut it and can put the condition here, error, it's called login error, and we can use the logic operator and can paste there. All right, yeah, you can see now when I go back to home, you can see that box is not appearing there. But when I put in wrong credential, like so, okay, you can see it's appearing in there, invalid email or password. Okay, and if you put the correct details, test2@gmail.com, and you put our password, you click login, it's taking you to welcome to your dashboard. All right, so this notification you are seeing here are for because I'm using a very weak password. I'm just using the same password is password, you can see here, password. All right, so that's why it's telling me that password is vulnerable. You are not supposed to use that, but this one is just for our test. You can see now we are in. So far so good. All right, now we can go back to our dashboard and see how we can log out the user, and also how we can get the logged in user. All right, so come back to our dashboard there. All right, and we need to add a button somewhere so that I can be able to log out So let me see. Like so. Yeah, like so. You can just say like so. Let's put this one in H1. Yeah. Yeah, you can see now it's like that, and I can log out when I click on that button there. All right. You can style it the way you want that button. I'm not going to concentrate on the styling. All right. I just want that functionality to apply when I click on that button. It's going to log out the user. So let's see how we are going to do that. Right. Okay. Yeah, this one. To sign out a user, call sign out. So you need to call out this sign out. And as usual, just copy that function and put there. Okay. Don't forget, we don't need this. Okay. And instead, we are going to import the one that we exported from our Firebase, and that is auth. All right. This one from config Firebase. All right. From our Firebase, this one. All right. So that's very simple. So when this button is clicked, we need to put the function click, and I'm going to call it handle sign out. So I can come here and say constant handle like so is equals to arrow function, and like so. And so we need to use this function which returns a promise, so we need to use .then like so. Right, so I can just copy it here and paste it here like so. And you can, yeah, you can do that if you want to, just for readability purposes. So as you can see, I've called this sign out function from this Firebase auth, and my auth, this one, is from config Firebase. All right, from our config Firebase. All right. And so if the user is logged out, all right, where do you want that to go? So again, we'll need to use the router DOM navigation. So let's write constant navigate is equals to use navigate like so. All right. So that now when the signing is successful, I want to call that navigate, and I want to pass in the I want the user to be redirected back to the login page. All right. And if there is an error, okay, I can just say if there is an error logging out, we can set that. All right, we can set that. So I can come, let me come here, let's use the useState so that we can set that error. Log out error, and set log out error. So we are going to use use state, and our initial is null, like so. All right, so we need to set that here, and like so. Error will be error, like so, this one. So if there is an error, that error will be set there. All right, and if it's set, now we can display our this one. We can display that. Where is that dashboard? So meaning that, let me see if I put it there, it will look okay. Yeah, so even if it's there, that's okay. So I'm just going to put a condition here and say if there is a logout error, and if there is a logout error, we need to display that and say say an error has occurred. An error has occurred, like so. So at first it won't be displayed, but when you click logout and there is an error, it will be displayed. All right, but if there is no error, it's going to come back to the login page. All right, now let's go back to our test one at gmail.com, and let's put our password. I want still to go back to the dashboard. We are not done with it. We need to capture this user, all right, so that you can know which user is signed in. Right now you can't know which user is signed in. So let's go back to our Firebase and see which function we are supposed to use. All right, you can see they have not given you there, but let me see. Manage users. Yeah, get, you can see I've just gone to manage users and it says get currently signed in user. All right, and we are going to use this function, which is on auth state change. All right, on auth state change. So let's import that on our dashboard. All right, so import on change auth state, like so. And don't forget, you need to import our auth. That one is a must. All right, that one is a must, like so, because you are going to need it. All right, let's see. Yeah, now you can do this here. All right, and now how are we going to do that? Because we don't have any button to click so that we can see the user. All right, the signed in user also. All right, so it's very simple. We are going to use a hook called useEffect. All right, so let's use useEffect. If you don't know how to use the useEffect, please try reading the React documentation, you'll know how to use it. After that, you need to import it, which has been imported here, you can see. All right, so I can just paste in my there, my function there. All right, the on change, like so. And it's very simple now. From there, we need to add a dependency here so that we don't run in a loop, in an infinite loop. So just an empty there. And even better, you can let's see first of all this one. Let's continue, then I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to see if we can use a cleanup function for the use effect. All right, so let's see our auth. We have imported it, our user. So we need our, okay, this one, it looks for the user. There is nothing we need to pass in there, and user is sent in the C docs for the list of, okay. So I can just come here and let me just see if I'll be able to get the logged in user. User.email, like so. I think that's a function. Let me go back. Oh, what's happening? But auth has already been declared. Okay. Oh, we had declared auth there, so we don't need it again because it's already there. All right, and now let's go to console, and let's refresh and see if we are going to get the, yeah, you can see now we are getting the logged in user. All right, so if I log out and I come here, I say test3 at gmail.com, and I think my password was that, and now you can see test3. all right, so it's very simple. So what now you can do, you can set this one, that email, instead of consoling, instead of logging it out, you can come here and add a useState here to capture that, and you can say let me see, logged in user, my user. I can just even say email, like so. Let me say logged in user email, logged in user email, and I'm going to set log in user email. So in case you have your database had a name, you can capture it there. All right, you can see I can even capture the ID of the user ID. All right, the email. All right, so instead of doing that, I can just say set login user email, like so. All right, and if there is an error, what do I want to do? If the user is signed out, we need to go back to the login page. All right, like so. If the user is signed out, you need to go to login page. All right. Yeah, like so. Therefore, I can come here and say welcome to your dashboard, and I can just put a space there, and I'll put a span, and I'll say I'll capture the logged in email, logged in user email. All right, like so. So when you can see now, welcome to your dashboard at that1.com. All right, when you log out, it's taking you here. All right, so when let me see dashboard, like this dashboard. You can see you can't access it directly like that. You need to be logged in. You can see dashboard. So if you're not logged in, it's going back. Okay, but we need some security there before. You need to put security so that no one can access your app like that. But this is just for the testing, so we're not going to go into detail about security. Okay, and so we are done with that. The only thing that is remaining is forgot password. So click forgot password and see how we are going to create that. Let's go to forget password. So forget password, this one. Okay, so as usual, let's go to our documentation. All right, and let's see how we can reset the password. All right. Let's see password authentication. Let me find it. I want the one for resetting the password. So if you can't see it there, you can just come here and write Firebase send password reset. Okay, and let's come there. Yeah, we need to use this function, generate password reset link. All right, generate password reset link. All right, and as you can see, we need the auth and this one. Let's see if we need to. I don't think we need to import this one, but in here. So let's just do this. Let's copy that like so, and we also need this one. Let's just copy this, and we shall exchange this one. Right? Yeah. So let's come here, and when this button is clicked, this one is a form, so we can say on submit, and we want to handle reset password, like so. Therefore we can come here and you can say constant handle reset password. We need to accept the event and we need to prevent the default, like so. All right, that's it. And therefore now we need this email. So again, I'm going to use the useRef, and I'm going to say reset. I'll just say email. Like so. Let's put this one into smaller case. User email, and to get the user email, I'll need to come here and say constant user email is equals to useRef, like so. All right, and we need a null at the beginning. All right, so I can come here and say constant email is equals to user email dot current dot value. All right, so I've captured that, and of course I need to check. All right, or even you don't need to check. If it's nothing, you can't that function that we're going to create will check that for you. All right, so like so. So send password reset email, like so. So I'm just using this function here, the one that I've imported, and this one, and the other thing, it's the same that we had been doing. Take the email, and this email, it's this one, right? And we need the auth, and of course the auth will come here, should be the first one, like so. So it's auth and email, and it's going to send the link. All right, and if there is an error, it's going to tell us there is an error. So let's return so let's see if that works. And I know we have not imported this one, missing email. So let's remove this one, we don't need this one there. And also we can come here and say console.log, we want to set success there. I just want to say success, like so, and there is the error. All right, so I need to come here, and let me use a user which is available. This one user is available, so you should not get this that the user is missing. Let me click that, and it's saying invalid email. Okay, let me just come here and copy. Success here. You can see, I think I was using the wrong email. I don't know what I was writing wrong, but you can see now it has printed success. All right, so what I can do now, all right, I can come here, okay, can say instead of consoling log out that one, you can say I can come here and create a useState. It's the same thing that we have been doing all along. So constant, and we are going to have the reset success and set reset success, like so. And we are going to use useState like so, and our initial will be null. And again, let's create another useState to capture the error. So reset error and set reset error and useState. So let's continue. After that, now we can capture the error and the success. All right. So instead of doing here, this one will bring this one will this set success like so, and we are going to put that as success like so. And also here we are going to set the error. Set I think error dot message. Yeah, just a moment. Error dot message. Let me see first that error if it's okay, like so. Yeah, so I can just call that. So you can see I set this one as success and also this one as this one. All right, so it's very simple like that. So when I come to this one, for success, this one I'll have to check for success, and I'll say reset success, this one. If that one is true, we are going to display that, right? Otherwise, I'll come here and I'll look for error, reset error, like so. If there is a reset error, and I'm going to display that. All right, so a reset link sent to your email. So that one is okay. And this one, if there is an error, it should display danger, like so. And also we should change this message to the email you entered does not exist. Okay, yeah. The email you entered does not exist if there is an error. All right, yeah, and let's test that. So I can close that, and when you put nothing, you can see the email you entered does not exist. So to solve that, that's why I wanted to come in and check before to check in that email, this one, All right, so I can say if the email is available, then I want to do this. So I'll come there and let me close it here like so. Yeah, so that will allow me not to have that. So even if you click how many times, it's going to do nothing, right? But when you put the wrong email like so, it's going to tell you the email you enter does not exist, right? And if you put the correct email, let me copy it again here. So let me just copy it and see. You can see, yeah, a reset link sent to your email. Okay, so this one is still there because I did not refresh. So if I had refreshed and did that, it would bring only the reset link sent to your email. So we can test this one if it's working by coming to, you can come to this temporary email generator, this one. I know this has been a very long video, but I think you've learned a lot from it. And yeah, so first of all, you need to create an account. So let's go to create an account, and we are going to use that email, and let's set our password to password 123. All right, click okay, like so. It has taken us to login. All right, and if I click forgot password, then I put that email there and put reset. Okay, you can see a reset link sent to your email. So when I come here, you can see this one. Okay, you can see this reset your password for project is this one. So all this you can customize this on your Firebase account. All right, if you want to put the name of the company or anything like that, you can customize that. All right, so if I click here this link, okay, I'll be able to reset my password, and I can put like let me put good job, like that, good job 1 2 3, and save. Okay, I don't need this, like so. Therefore, when now you come back to your login, I needed that email. Yeah, let me go back. I need this email. I can't remember it. Yeah, like so. And the password we've written is good job 1 2 3. I think it is good job 1 2 3. Yeah, like so. And now you can see welcome to your dashboard, and the email is captured there, and you can sign out also. All right, so thank you guys for watching. This was a very long video. So if you like this video, please support me by subscribing. I'll appreciate very much as we continue learning together. Thank you for watching. You can share this video